Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Chicago Bears. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
On first down, Fields. And incomplete to open things up. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
One play action, Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Man open, it's Goodwin. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
On second down, Montgomery. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Eluding the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A handoff to Fournette. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Now a play fake, Brady. Throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Running with Montgomery from the pistol. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. This defense for the Buccaneers, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Buccaneers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
He's got exactly what you're looking for. The ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And the Bears are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I'm here, my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Fields. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. Flush to his right. Room to run past midfield. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Forced out to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
So a nice run right there. And worth mentioning their usual starting running back out this week. The hope is it's just a short-term absence. But this is where it pays, Charles, to have a quality reserve that you can turn to when you need it.
And to me, they definitely have that because this is a guy who's more than capable of picking up the slack. And he's likely going to see a big share of carries as this one progresses. And how many times do we see running backs jump into the breach and have big games?
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Fields now to throw.
Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6.
From the gun, here's Fields. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game and execute it at a high level?
On play action, now Brady. And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Brady. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Brady not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it here on 4th. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. Airing this one out for Evans. And this one is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
For the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that loosen up things a little bit, Ronan. Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Brady. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved.
Now they'll throw with Brady. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
Brady now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Brady. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Fields.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Goodwin. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery.
44 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
Flushed out right.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in colleges delivered to the NFL. Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder.
Santos' kick is up and through.
So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the 3rd quarter.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. This one complete to Scott Miller.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that.
And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Eddie Jackson picks him, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the right hash, this from 53. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Brady. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Fournette. He will push his way down to about the 14. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now a throw here to his running back. And bulldozing his way through. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the 3rd quarter from Tampa.
A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Play action. It's Fields.
And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
And off comes to Montgomery. Powerful running. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal.
And this has no chance. It's no good. Well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking downfield for Godwin. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Bears are looking like they'll move to 6-1 as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Santos now to add the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to...
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Roquan Smith in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover.
Another try after the first down sack. Brady looking downfield for Godwin. And now here is another interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Touchdown, Bears! Allen Robinson, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The Bucs on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. On play action, it's Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Buying time to his left.
And firing a deep ball for Kmet. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10.
Off play action, Fields.
And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Brown with his stick skills. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10
at their own 42.
He'll begin with a give to Fournette to start the drive.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
They'll run it again with Fournette.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Fournette. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Brady. Eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 37. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
107 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Chicago, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next.